Good morning. It is August the 2nd, second day of Vlogust. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I have already been up a little while, and I have started work on a project that I'm working on every single day on the computer now. That takes anywhere from an hour or more a day right now, but I kind of just did part of it, and I'm going to stop. And I'm not going to show you all that today. I'll show you that another day, explain that. But what's happening today, it's the second. I should have really done this yesterday, but sometime around the first of the month, I have another project that I have to do relating to my music. And let me just quickly show you what that is. So, connected here to my laptop, I have this little external hard drive. And on this is all of my Hawaiian record collection that has been digitized. It took me 4.5 years to do it, working on it every day, but it's the entire 2,500 records digitized. And I also have all the easy listening records I've been getting lately digitized on here. And then I have some other music and CDs and stuff digitized on here. So this is all music, tons and tons of it. So once a month, I have to have a backup of this because this has died several times. This is like the fourth one of these or whatever I've had. They do not last forever, and every so often they freak out and die or something happens. Like the last one I had, if you can believe it, this size thing, I dropped it in a cup of coffee for about 3 seconds. Seriously, I was having coffee and I was moving it and I dropped it in and it killed it. But so I always have a backup of the whole thing, which is what this is. This is a backup, and once a month I need to update it. You know, whatever I've changed or added in the old one I need to add here, and keep this up to date once a month, so that if I lose it, I won't lose that much. And also, because I'm working with CDs, CDRs, and the music and everything is burnt onto a CDR into the computer and then into the hard drive. So I hang on to the CDRs that I have recorded that haven't been updated yet. So if that one goes crazy and dies, I can just re-upload the CDs from that month onto here. And the process is not really difficult, but kind of boring. So I don't know that I'll really show you, but just let you know, that's what I'm going to do now, because it is 9:30 and it's Sunday, and church is at 10. I mean, they're doing online, of course, not in person. So I haven't been to church in a long time. I'm not going to get into a really big discussion about religion right at this point, although I will later on, but not today. Central Union Church, which is a United Church of Christ, is where I go, and I am a member there, but I haven't been in person in ages because I've been working on Sundays. They only have Sundays, so they don't have like Wednesday service and all that. So yeah, I haven't been in a million years. And now, of course, since the pandemic started, when I would have all the time in the world to go, of course, they're not having live services. They're doing it online. And the truth is, I have only watched a couple of online ones. So part of my little organization, getting structure going, I think is going to incorporate making sure I either watch this service from my church or somebody else's online, some other service of some other kind. A little bit of structure. So anyway, before that, it's 9:30, and before that, I hope I can update some of this stuff on the computer, and then I'll sit here and watch the service. Hopefully try not to fall asleep doing it. I will sit up rather than lay down. Sometimes I lay down in the bed. It's not a good idea. I think I'll sit up.
Avoid at all costs, because it's dangerous, right? I believe that vulnerability is at the very heart
Church
of the gospel.
on Zoom in 2020, right? Life during the pandemic. Very weird. So church has ended, and let me show you. I need to do this here on Sunday, so I'll have a schedule. I know I talked about kind of doing a schedule of things, which it's not my normal way of doing something, but I feel like I need some structure and yeah. Otherwise, it seems like not a lot is getting done. So I kind of wrote down the things that I would like to do this week. Only thing I have to do that's happening is I have a conference call on Tuesday where I am sitting in on a mock interview panel for a contestant that is running in, I don't remember whether it's Miss Dallas or Miss Houston, USA, or one of those preliminaries in Texas to Miss Texas, USA. But I have a friend, Jimmy Lee, who's a pageant professional coach in Wisconsin, and I'm sitting in on a Zoom panel to help her do like a mock interview. So that's the only thing that has to happen. I made a list here of the videos that I would like to do this week. Hawaiian record video update, way overdue. Another post-crossing one I should do. Candle empties, I could probably do that today. Hawaiian shirts, I don't have to do another Hawaiian shirt one, but I'll probably be ready to by the end of close to the end of the week. I should have gone through wearing the shirts I have already and be ready to do another one. I have a couple sewing buttons. I have a couple of shirts that need to have buttons sewed on them. It's not that I don't know how to do it. I can. I didn't have a threader. I cannot thread a needle, manually, whatever. I'm terrible at it. It's so frustrating. And it was a little bit difficult to find a needle threader, but I finally found a couple this week. It was at Walmart, which was the last place I went. Other places were sold out of them. I guess people are doing a lot of sewing at home. So whatever. And supplies are probably coming in slower, and the pandemic is just affecting everything. But anyway, I've never had this kind. I always had a different looking kind, but we'll see. I think it'll be fine. But I have a couple of Hawaiian shirts that need some buttons sewed on them, and I haven't been doing it. And I've just, those stupid situation where you just you don't do something, and so I have these couple of shirts that I just keep moving around from one piece of furniture to another piece of furniture because I keep not sewing them, and then I'm using something and these stupid shirts and whatever. So I'm gonna put that on the schedule. I want to deep clean the bathroom this week at some point. I need to send some postcards for post crossing out. I need to buy some postage stamps, but some vintage ones online. I get them at collectors expos, but that's not happening right now. So also online, like at eBay, people will sell lots of unused vintage postage, which I love to use. And I'm doing a promotion on Moody Mood Music that I'm not going to tell you about because it's for when people are listening and they will hear about it and respond to it. But I have some, but I don't know if I have enough. So I need to get some more vintage postage stamps. And yeah, already wrote out a check to the church. So yeah, these are the things I want to accomplish this week. And I just put a schedule inside of my diary. I thought that was probably the best place to do it. So I just left this blank, and I'm going to figure out what to do when. Okay, so I made out my schedule. When I actually look at it, I'm like, boy, it's not very much. That wasn't such a big deal. But I promise you, more things will get done because of this. Also, I'm going to reserve the right to move things around. Of course, it's possible that, I may get a call to hey, let's go do something from someone and blah, blah, blah. So I may not be able to, do whatever on that day. And that's fine. I can move things around to another day as long as I try and get them all done by the end of the week. And also every day, which I didn't put on the schedule, but it's something I'm doing every day, is to read at least 25 pages in whatever book I'm reading. And then also to either go on a walk, to get out of the apartment, either go on a walk in the morning or early evening or late afternoon, or to go to the beach for a while, or to go out and go shopping. So something to like get out of the apartment every day. So those will be happening on these days too. Maybe I'll just write them down as I do those, because it doesn't matter what I do on any particular day as long as I do one, weather dependent and all of that. And also after church, what I'm finishing up is copying, updating my current, whatever this thing is, external hard drive to my spare external hard drive. So some things it's easier for me just to delete them completely from the backup one and reload the new one, because like easy listening, for example, right now I'm recording quite a few new albums and stuff every month, and rather than keeping track of which ones and which one to upload, it's easier just to delete everything in that category from here and just upload the new folder. So I'm finishing that up, and then I think I will eat lunch, and then I will do my candle empties video. I don't feel like going to the beach today. I think more like a walk, so I'll record a video this afternoon. Reheating some beans for lunch, I'll show you. I'm gonna have some takuan with it, or pickled radish. These are so good. I don't know if you like this, but these are Korean and Japanese, I guess, thing. I'm gonna have some peppers with it too. I love these peppers. All right, and there is my delicious lunch. I'm finishing up. I have a few more servings of, I made a pot of beans a few days ago, and it's a mix of black beans and black-eyed peas, and I put some carrots and celery and onion and some Chinese cabbage and a whole bunch of different seasonings in it, and some of these peppers too. Turned out really good. I like to make pots of beans from dried beans every so often. It's really inexpensive, it's very good for you, and yeah, something I've been getting kind of into during this pandemic when we're not eating out, so much. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down, eat my lunch, and watch some YouTube videos, and we'll check back later. So it's almost 4 o'clock, and I am going to go on a walk, on a daily constitutional, because it's later in the afternoon, a little bit cloudy. I don't know if it's going to rain later on or what, but anyway, I'm going to go on a walk. I think I'll go along the Alawai Canal today. There's several different routes I can go that are about 30 minutes or so. So I'm gonna walk, and I'll show you a little bit of that along the way. This is the Alawai Canal. It's actually what separates Waikiki on this side from the rest of Honolulu on that side, although of course Waikiki is Honolulu, it's part of it. Kind of like Manhattan is part of New York City, right? Yeah, it was built in the early 1920s, I believe, or late 1919, something like that, to drain Waikiki, because Waikiki was actually a swampland, and there was some ice growing here, and they drained it. They created this canal to drain Waikiki. Some of these places along the Alawai, you'll see equipment like this. A little further down, they're dredging the canal. It has to be dredged, every so often, because it is a lot of streams from the mountains and whatnot feed into it, so they do have to dredge it out every so often, and they're in the process of doing that now. So, I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm just wearing a wrinkly t-shirt because, frankly, if I'm going to go out to walk for exercise, you know, a little more strident walk than just strolling. I don't believe in dressing nice for that, and I just wear t-shirts and old wrinkly t-shirts, whatever. That's what I do. It's kind of nice for a walk today, though. It's not very hot, and it's very overcast. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty overcast. That's our the Hawaii Convention Center, the back side of it. And I'm going to walk down to the end of the canal here where it connects up with the all the way out harbor and walk over the bridge and then walk back down this other side. And if you're going to ask about my mask, I'll just tell you that I know different mandates are in different places in Hawaii. We are not mandated to wear a mask if we're going outside for a walk or just outside or to the beach or whatever. But if we're going someplace where we're going to congregate with a bunch of other people or in any business, in any enclosed space, we're mandated to wear a mask, but we are not when we're just out walking or out for exercise. So that's that. These are some very old apartment buildings, like from, I don't know, the 30s or 40s. I've seen postcards taken on the other side of the Alawai many years ago, and these apartments are in them. But they've been renovated not too long ago, and they look really nice. And you can see the one behind it has not yet been renovated. It's very derelict. There's nobody living in it, and I don't know what the story is with that one. So crossing over the bridge over the Alawai, I'm gonna walk back where all those trees are. If I kept going straight, I could walk to Ala Moana Center. We're almost there, but I'm not gonna do that today. And Ala Moana Center is open, but I think maybe 75% or so of the stores are open, but some of them still are not, including Bath and Body Works, which is personally very annoying, but so walking back this way, very nice if it's hot, because it's a very shaded, nice wide walkway, but part of keeping it real here, I'm not going to lie to you, we have a huge homeless problem in Honolulu, very big, and this is also sort of a place where a little further down a lot of homeless people camp out because it is shady and cool and all of that, so not really a great place to go through at night, but you know, it's fine in the daytime. And as far as you hear, I do have music with me. Sometimes I just listen to music on my phone, but today, if you can believe it, I still have one of these, and it works very well, and I love it. You can keep a few thousand songs on it. And today I'm listening to some of my Hawaiian albums, recent purchases, vinyl that I've digitized, so I can kind of carry it around with me. These are those very old apartment buildings that we were walking past a little bit earlier, and the derelict one there. I don't know the story, like whether they just didn't want to purchase this one or they couldn't or something. I don't know. There's some old, well, I passed them, but there's some old apartment buildings back there too. I kind of like old apartment buildings. I live in a rather old one. So these are the back stairs, the back way to the Hawaii Convention Center, which of course is blocked off, but I don't know if you can tell quite how large the staircase is. If you want some exercise, just try going up and down this a few times. No thank you. Actually, they must have done a sweep of this area or something recently, the police, because there usually are a lot of homeless people down in this area. You know, camping out underneath the trees and in the shade and all. I don't blame them a bit. That's where I would go too. But they must have done a sweep because I've only seen 2 or 3 people on this whole walk down. We're on the way walking back along the opposite side of the LOI to my apartment. It's kind of a cool building. You know, architecture in America isn't that interesting, but this building's Here on the outside of the Royal Aloha building is a coffee bar occupying this whole kind of corner area. Can't see the inside, but actually, despite the weird outside, it's kind of nice on the inside. You would know this from my YouTube, but I go to a lot of coffee bars when I go out. I'm not stopping now because I'm on a walk, but lots of times I go out to different coffee bars all over town, different places of town. You know, the major chains, the mom and pop stores, everything. I frequent them all because I am crazy for needing some coffee in the morning and needing some coffee in the afternoon. And I love lots of coffee. But I'm not stopping today because I'm on my walk, and if I want someone, I can make it at home when I get home. You might think Waikiki is all new and sparkly and everything is modern, and a large part of it is, but it's a mixed hotel and residential area, so there really are actually quite a number of quite old and charming, in their own way, apartment buildings in Waikiki. Kind of in the center streets and along here on the Alawai side as well. Okay, so we are back home from the walk, and I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm going to think about dinner. Probably going to have some of that hamburger mac and cheese left over. I got a lot of that. So, and the rest of the night probably won't film anything because nothing exciting is going on. I'm just going to eat and read my book some more and watch some Netflix or a DVD. I have a million DVDs I can watch, or I could also catch up on some more series of Dark Shadows from the 70s. Tubi TV or Tubi, I'm not sure what it is, .com, has the entire 10-year run of the Dark Shadows daily soap opera on, and I'm loving it. I know I'll never get through it all, but I'm on like season 5 or something at this point out of, I don't even know how many seasons. I don't know. Anyway, if there's enough, I'll put up this as a video as day 2. If not, I'll just hang on to it and put it together with tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.